First Coast Living.
Hurricane season is not only stressful for us, but our pets too. Preparation is key. So joining us today with some help is the president and CEO of Pet Paradise, Fernando Acosta-Rua. Welcome back. Good to see you.
Great. Nice to see you too.
So last time we saw each other was around 4th of July, and we talked about, helping our pets during, the loud fireworks. Yeah. So now we're kind of switching things over to stormy weather, which, that stresses them out just as much. They hear that thunder, they don't like that sound either.
Right.
So, what should we be keeping in mind when we're wanting to keep our pets safe during whether it's a tropical storm, hurricane, or even a severe storm that we get in the afternoons?
Right, so we know these storms just come up really quickly. So the first thing to do is really have a plan. And I know that's tough. So many of us kind of wait to the last minute to do things, but have a plan beforehand. And what that means is make sure you have your medical records, for example, for your pet on hand so you're not scrambling. Make sure you have your pet tagged or even microchipped. That's a really good thing in case they get away.
Right.
And also just a plan where you're going to go, especially if you're in an evacuation zone.
Okay, so then what about after the storm, whether it's a tropical storm or a hurricane?
Yeah, so after the storm, really be careful. There's a lot of debris and a lot of stuff gets moved around. So if you take your pet outside, keep an eye on them. They will explore and try to get into things, but also just keep an eye on them. A lot's gone on during this time. They've heard a lot of wind. Just kind of keep an eye, make sure that they don't take off. They're in a new environment there, so just keep a good eye on them.
Right, and obviously we tell everyone to have a hurricane kit prepared, and that includes for the pets too. So what should we be keeping in there for the pets?
Yeah, think about 3 days, 3 days supply. So 3 days of food, have some water, a crate that you can take them around in. Like I said, their medical records. Get their medical records. If you can get a hard copy of those, that'd be great. Any medications also is really important. Make sure you have all those on hand, again, so you're not scrambling there at the last second. And also find out from shelters there if they accept pets. Some do, some don't. But have a pathway away from the evacuation zone that you can go to. Right,
and we hear a lot about too when we hear the crazy storms, and again going back to that 4th of July thing with the fireworks, a lot of pets will get out and run away. So how can we alleviate some of that anxiety for them? Yeah,
very similar to what we talked about 4th of July. So have a quiet area if you can, as much as possible, where they're comfortable. A crate, a lot of the pets will feel comfortable in a crate with some toys, blankets, and also try not to act overly anxious as an owner, because they really feed on us. They look at us, and if they see us anxious, they're going to get anxious. So try to keep it as cool as possible.
And how do you at Pet Paradise help our pets during a storm?
Yeah, so we've been through a lot of these. We've celebrated our 20th year. We've been through a lot of hurricanes. Our buildings are Category 3 rated, so they do take, but they are capable of going through storms. We've been through a lot of them. If we're not in the evacuation zone, we will be there. Our staff will be there, and we'll take pets as well.
That's good to know. So if someone is interested in learning more about Pet Paradise or even New Day Veterinary Care, where should they go?
Yeah, go to petparadise.com. That has all of our information. And I also was going to say, starting at the end of this month, we start Wacky Wednesday again. So that's $25 on Wednesday for day camp, and $1 goes to a local charity. So you have a good time in, it goes for a good cause. That's starting at the end of September to the end of October.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for not only easing our stress, but our pets too, especially during this hurricane season.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Of course.